everybody, my name is Cara on Fire and welcome to a Dune Awakening video. The deep desert is a humongous place. It can be hard to know where to start in this massive ocean of sand. Today I am sharing some of my advice with you so you can get a good footing when it comes to progressing to the end game content. Let's start with preparing for your first journey to the DD. You're going to need an ornithopter, a few fuel cells. If you can make medium or large ones, that's even better. Take a minimum of 4 with you as you'll be doing a lot of flying. A welding tool and wire for repairs to your wings, a vehicle backup tool, a surveying tool and plenty of probes. The ornithopter to have a storage module attached. Make sure you have a full liter of water. There are no water plants in the deep desert. You'll only be able to drink blood or nab water from testing stations if you run out. A good piece of kit is advised for the deep desert as well. Make sure you got some good duralinium tier armor to wear and weapons to wield. If you have unique versions, that's even better, but not required. I am advising good equipment because I reckon you'd probably want to do some labs whilst you're out there. Make sure to bring plenty of ammo and healing bandages or kits. Just to make you aware, the deep desert wipes weekly on Tuesday morning for me in the UK. You should get Coriolis storm alerts the day before leading up to the wipe. I'd recommend going another day, not on wipe day if it's your first time. Alright, you're looking good and prepared. Jump in your ornithopter and head to your closest border of the map. You can fly through any map border, whether that's east, west, north or south. Doing this will transport you to the Overland map. From here, we're going to bring up our destinations on where we can go and select the deep desert with spacebar to track it. Then look at your little aircraft and see the arrow pointing out of it. It is pointing where we need to go. Click on the map to drive in that direction, which for the DD it is always north-northwest from Hager Basin. On a deep desert marker, there are 3 bars. Depending which one you pick is whereabouts you'll end up on the PVE section in the A zone. Left is in A2, the middle is in A5, and the right is in A8. I'll go to the middle for now. Once you arrive, you'll be on an open sandy plain with your ornithopter. This area is PVE, so there's no need to worry about being PvP'd on spawn. The map consists of a 9x9 grid making 81 squares. Vertically it counts to 9, horizontally it uses letters from A to I. So it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. A being the most southern point and I being the most northern point. For your first time, I'd stick to the AB sector. There are a lot of improved duralinium labs here and shipwrecks if you fancy. Shipwrecks are still classed as PvP zones. These POIs will contain essential deep desert components that you'll need for your first bits of kit. Going to the highest points in the A region and using a probe can help show you where all of the POIs are. It can also be some nice XP surveying the map. For this first session, visit those places along the A strip, get some better gear and components. It will give you a good feel for how vast the DD is. There should be plenty of archways to quickly duck under in case of a sandstorm, or worst comes to worst, use your vehicle backup tool and huddle in a safe space. Just remember to empty out the inventory first. For your second trip to the deep desert, once you're feeling brave enough, it's time to adventure to the ocean of sand, which is beyond the B sector. Sector B, C, D and the bottom half of E are all PVE zoned, minus shipwrecks and control points. Sector F, G, H and I and the top half of E are all PvP zoned. I recommend keeping above 500 at altitude as a baseline. 750 is your maximum, otherwise you start using a lot of fuel going higher than that. I am saying this because worms can try and eat you if you go too low to the sand. It is an ocean of sand out here with a few islands, so you're essentially island hopping. Enemies hit a lot harder in the deep desert beyond the B zone. They are classed as Plastinium tier. They are health sponges. For this trip, I imagine you'd be wanting to pick up your first bits of titanium and stravidium. which you can find in the PvE areas sparsely, but it will be enough to get started. Explore any of the islands, pick up your ores. Titanium is very heavy compared to Stravidium. The further you go out, the more they spawn is what I find, so you might find it helpful to explore around the D sector. If you want to risk it, the PvP can be pretty spicy in this game, so be warned. You could travel further out to find Titanium and Stravidium islands. These are amazing islands that spawn tons of ore on them. The islands change each week to where they are located. You can try searching around for them or using an online tool such as the Planetologist app, which I'll link in the description. The app is handy because it is a player database showing you where all the places of interest are, such as ringmouth worm spots, titanium islands, buried testing stations, shipwrecks, and control points. If you'd like some spice for spice melange, you could try looking for medium spice blaze or large ones. For these explosions, they will usually stay exploding for a long period of time, and they will stay around for a bit after exploding too. Medium and large ones give you more spice than small ones, and it will be highly worth upgrading your compactor when you can for even more spice. My first few times to try and get lots of spice, we kept visiting the large and medium spice fields in an assault ornithopter and gathering a bunch with a compactor until full, then shipping it home to Hager Basin. When it comes to putting a weekly base out here in the deep desert, I can highly recommend trying to find a base spot in the D sector or the bottom half of the E sector. Every building in the deep desert has a 50% discount on resources on them. So it will be cheaper to build and make large refineries here, and cheaper to construct a building. It's nice to have a base in the deep desert because it means less time traveling and transferring between worlds. It is especially nice when you make yourself a carrier so you can go out on mining trips with your buggy in tow, or quickly get to spice blaze or falling wrecks. Testing stations are brutal out here solo. I'd recommend rallying some people to join you for them. All of the deep desert testing stations have waves of enemies, so you'll usually explore them and end up in a big room and then get locked in. Then you have to defeat several waves of enemies. If you want an easier solo activity for deep desert loot, I'd recommend Shipwrecks or looking for falling shipwrecks, which can crash anywhere in the sandy desert. You don't get locked into shipwrecks, the enemies are just as spongy, but it is a lot easier since you're not locked into a room with defeating waves of them. Falling shipwrecks of course have no combat elements and are more of a scavenging activity. You'll get better schematics dropping if you get them in the PvP zones though. If you want to leave the deep desert at any time, all you need to do is go back to the A sector and head to one of the holes in the cliff. Ideally the passageways that are attached to islands, not the ones attached to the big sandy areas. Once you go through one of the little canyons or crevices, you will be met with like a, oh, you're going to travel to the Overland map screen, which you then just accept, and then it will allow you to travel back to the Overland map, and then you can do exactly what we did last time to get back home. So that's either tracking your way to Hager Basin or heading south-southeast. If you're wondering what control points are, these are points all over the DD which can be claimed by either house. They of course have to be available first to claim. So if you check the Landsrad page using the L key to see if they have their tasks revealed, it means you can go and claim their control point if they do. If you're in a Tradies faction and it has a green symbol on it, that means someone from your house has already claimed it, so you can't do anything with it for now but protect it if you wish. If you're in House Harkonnen and it has a red symbol on it, it means the same thing. If it has no symbol on it, the other house has claimed it, which means it's time to go out and take it over and claim it under your house's name. It's nice to claim control points as it's basically free points. Once you've claimed one, as long as you're online, you can passively earn points that go towards your personal contribution, which can go towards unlocking rewards. Do bear in mind an opposing house can come in anytime and reclaim the points or guard it to try and prevent you from taking it. So you might bump into a few heads if you're trying to fight for these. Either way, I think that's most things discussed for what you need to know starting out. If you'd like some deep desert base inspiration, check out my deep desert base building video in the end cards. And if you found today's video helpful, smash a like on it and subscribe for more Dune Awakening content. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like to see a deep desert for pros type video so I can show you how to use things like the sand crawler and the carrier and how you do all of that cool stuff. But for now, this was just a video for kind of like telling you what things are and where they are and giving you all the little noob bits that you need to know so you're comfortable with traveling around the deep desert. Thank you for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.